What people are trying to prove about themselves as business owners. Hello again, everybody. So, again, we're talking about themes. So, this theme that I want to talk about today is what people are trying to prove about themselves as business owners. Some business owners are trying to prove that they know their product or that they know more information about whether the industry. Some people are trying to prove that they are somebody that can be connected with. Some people are trying to prove that they have a lot of pride around what it is that they're doing. So when this happens, business owners can be too focused on what it is that they're trying to prove as opposed to the actual outcome that needs to happen. So if they're trying to prove one thing, they may be missing things that their actual client needs. So for example, if you're in a service industry, and just use the example as a hairdresser, if you're trying to prove that you're a good hairdresser or that you know hair or that you're smart about hair or that you know the products, then you're missing out connecting with the actual client and finding out what their needs are. You also might miss out on certain things that they might be saying because you might be in your own head about what it is that you want to say next, as opposed to connecting with the person like you. You're not focused on the outcome of what it is that you're selling and how that is actually going to help the person that you're trying to sell it to. So it's so important that us as humans, no matter what kind of business you own or what it is that you're, even if you're in sales, but that you're really focused on the outcome of what has to happen. And one of a person that I hold high regard for, Gary, he always, when we would go into meetings, he would always say, okay, what does winning look like for both of us? So in any kind of business deal, you want to look at it from the person. Even if you're in sales, if you're trying to prove that you're trying to get that person to that perspective, even if you're working for a very large company and there's different departments, you want to look at what winning looks like for both departments. Because if that does not happen, or if there's a misbalance, then there's going to be resentment, there's going to be frustration, there's going to be lack of communication. So if it's a business owner, there's lack of communication when it comes to maybe with your clients, or maybe your clients are afraid to communicate with you because you were trying to prove something. So really check in with yourself and see if you're kind of on when you're working with clients, or when you first have that initial engagement with a particular client, or even if it's a repeat client and you've seen them for a long period of time. Are you sort of too casual? Are you too laid back? Are you still producing what it is that that person needs? And all of these things can happen over time. So make sure that you like and subscribe, give a thumbs up, or even comment in the description. Whether you have questions, I'm happy to answer. Whether there's a different theme that you want me to talk about, I'm happy to talk about that. So be really focused on the outcome of what needs to happen. And it's not your specific outcome, it's what winning looks like for both people. Sometimes it's really valuable to even tell somebody, saying, "Hey, you know what? I actually can't help you with this, but let me refer you to somebody else." And there people will remember that because you were in their best interest, and they could still refer you because you were really outcome oriented for them and what they needed. And so you want to look at this from like this higher level perspective, as opposed to seeming like you're desperate for people to like you, or you're desperate for the sale. The more that you're taking a step back, and I love the analogy that you can either pretend you're on the second floor of an apartment building just looking at the back parking lot, or you can just hop on up to the 13th or 15th floor and have this broader view where you can see the sunsets and the sunrises, and you're getting that bigger picture for what actually needs to happen. So it really is your choice. You can stay in what it is that you're trying to prove, or step into that win-win point of view and really be okay with focusing on the outcome of what needs to happen, not only for you, but specifically for your client.